I love that song. I don't know why. It always gets me excited to stream. Snow Chip, thank you for the prime. Smiling Cynic, thank you for the 9 months. Maisie K, thank you for the 4 months. Hello, hi. Today is attempt number 3. What's today? Wednesday? Monday? Yeah, it's attempt number 3 to stream for more than 5 minutes. And we might even get it today. I've been having a lot of back and forth conversations with my good friends at Starforge PCs. And they've sent me some additional things that arrive hopefully tomorrow to try. But I, myself, reinstalled everything, unplugged everything, replugged everything, opened the PC, took out the fucking power cable, plug it in both sides, and it's run so far today with no crashes. But it crashes when I use it more, which happens when I go live. So I N64 stratted it. End of the day, I'm pretty sure this is going to crash at any moment. And if it does, I'm probably not going to go live again. And we'll just have to wait until I get a new fucking thing from Starforge. But if it doesn't crash, God willing, God's be good, then we get a stream today. Because I have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about that I'm excited about. So, that's what's going on. What's going on with you? Sucks for you, nerd. Thank you for the 19 months. Lazy Taco Deluxe, thank you for the 2 months. It's crashing because you're not playing Outer Wilds enough. Interesting. I find that to be unlikely, but I'm not a technical expert. I don't know that I could disprove you. I mean, theoretically, you're correct. You could build these walls, I'll tear them down. What is this? They mailed him a paper with this link. It's just a picture of fucking Kyle from South Park unplugging it and plugging it again. This was Starforge's instructions. Yeah, this is how they fixed it. This is all I did today, basically. I just did it on every individual wire. I don't know. Like, I'm trying my best here. I'm trying my goddamned. Unplug, plug. I took a spray can. I dusted the shit out of it. I mean, it is as good as when I got it. Day one, clean, spick span, new, fresh. But I can't. Where's the straw? It's on the side. Why not the old PC? Old PC, you guys, the reason I got rid of the old PC is because it sucks. I wish I could show you. My old PC, I remember the reason I stopped using it and got a Starforge is because the GPU kept overheating when I played Hitman. So I attached all these fucking thermal pads haphazardly all over it. It looks terrible. There's like 100 of those things all over, like little sticky, like nicotine packages all over it. And they didn't even help in any way. So, and then I opened it today and it's just fucking dust. I mean, it's just wall to wall dust. Feels like the whole thing's not going to work. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to use that. Plus, that PC doesn't have the PowerPoint that I need to present Marketing Wednesday. So I'd have to like use the internet somehow or a flash drive somehow. This just seems like an impossible task, right? Seems like they haven't solved that one yet. And so what I did was I decided to go live, say, fuck it, we ball. I've been using this PC for months. Okay. Sometimes it works. It works plenty of times. It doesn't always crash. Fuck, I need to button this up. You guys are getting a risque look at my upper chest. Okay. This is business. We're all business today. Atrioc, if you, anyway, how's everybody doing? That's my real question. What's going on? All right. Oh, what's up, Tierzu? What are you up to? Tierzu. Did you ever buy that house? Will today's Marketing Monday actually launch? Place your bets. Fingers crossed. Okay, well done. Tierzu, how about some support? Like, not fucking comical support. Don't gamble on PC crash. It's not going to crash. Well, actually, I'm not going to say that. It might crash. I don't know. I that is me. Why is it so fucking bright? That is me by default disagreeing with chat because I just assume they're wrong. But you might not be wrong. It might actually crash. That's fully likely. There is no freezer shirt. Here, put this on. Put a freezer shirt on the PC. It's not. Okay. I see where you're going with this. I see where you're going with this. What if we just take the PC and get a really long cable and then put the PC in the freezer? That way it'll stay ice cold. Hold on. Hold on. Let him go. Linus Tech Tips did a video about it. Well, then fine. If Linus Tech Tips already did it, then I'm not going to do it. It's 100% going to crash. How do you get through life with such a negative attitude? Huh? Riddle me that. How do you get through life where you're constantly predicting the worst outcome? Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe if we all just believe, maybe if we all just cross our fingers and hope for a better world than the one we have today, it won't crash today. It has gone days without crashing. It crashed more recently. What am I supposed to do about it? Just give it a cold beer and call it a day. It is a PC, not an Australian. Yeah, we're already farther than last time. It hasn't crashed today. Have you taken the time to sit down and talk to it? Unironically, yes. Can I be real with you? Yes. Today I sat around with this PC all day and I fucking deep cleaned it and I plugged it in and I spoke to it and I said, please work because this sucks ass. Please, please work. So I honestly think this is a heart to heart. I think we talked. I was like, hey, listen, we are a team. The content that I make is not possible without you. You are the PC. That you're half the equation here. You're the workhorse. Okay? And so far it hasn't crashed yet. So there may be something to it. But I obviously can promise nothing. I do think it'll probably crash when I try to play Outer Wilds, but that's at the end. Right? So we can get to the marketing. Have you tried taking it to Best Buy to see how other PCs live? I've been to Best Buy more than I'd ever like to go in the past few days. I went back to Best Buy today to get a fucking cable. Where is it? Stupid ass fucking goddamn worst cable I've ever purchased. Didn't work at all. Didn't even fucking... I don't know where it is, dude. It's a mess. Yeah, I've been to Best Buy too much. That's what I'll say. Too much. Too much. Duelist Heart, thank you for the 9 months. Let's see if I can put the fucking... We'll put this baby up. Timer. Where are you? It doesn't work if it doesn't have the timer. Right? It does. That's half the battle. Center screen. It's just not here. What? Is there a problem? 30-minute timer. Yeah, that's the fucking... That's what it should be. And yet. Okay. Feels... here it is. Here it is. Come on. Hidden timer. It's gonna... Is it off the screen or is it not? Well, we'll never know. Do you really want to wait 30 minutes? I want to vibe for a second. I want to buy me dinner first before you take the marketing out of me. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Big A, your Marketing Monday Discord is a great outlet. I got a 30,000 character research piece cooking that takes a look at bad actors leveraging consumer distrust of inflation stats. Appreciate the room to post stuff. What? Okay, wait. That's hype. That's hype. Okay, no, I'm following. Sorry, okay, yeah, it's, yeah. I mean, you can post that anywhere. Is what I guess what you're saying is that you found a place where other people are interested, which is cool. Yeah. Fake chat to promote the Discord. If I wanted to promote the Discord, I would say, "Hey, Big A, just saw your Marketing Monday Discord. It made me smarter, and I was able to cheat on my homework easy." What? Oh, check that out. Instead of saying there's like person posting fucking 30,000 word things about bad actors. Hey, Big A, have you heard of Marketing Monday? No, is that, what is that? Show me that. We can watch that. Tom Mabon, thank you for the 7 months. Tech Tyrant, thank you for the 9 months. Substandard, thank you for the 4 months. Nine Cat, thank you for the 7. Spish, thank you for the 26. Are you planning on playing TFT Set 10? Is that the new one? I've been playing. I played it with Stans and a Spectacord. Sir Dance a lot. Thank you for the 18 months. Hey, Big A, I don't know if you're aware, but it's not Monday today. It's Monday when I say it's Monday. Okay? If I have my time robbed from me by Starforge PCs and I lose 2 days and I can't do a Monday, then I'm going to say it's Monday on a Wednesday and we're going to fucking make it happen. Let me turn on the air. It would be so funny if it crashed right now. No, it didn't crash. It didn't crash. It didn't crash. Sahat Games, thank you for the tier 1. Gooey Bum, thank you for the 12 months. Hey, Atrioc, can't wait to see you and Leffen at the TFT Vegas Open tomorrow. It's a real bummer that I was not skilled enough to get a ticket to the TFT Vegas Open. Isn't that fucked up? And it's fucked up that they gave one to Leffen. It's gonna be one of the worst, not worst. It's going to be one of the most impressive gaming feats ever. If Leffen gets out of his pool in the TFT Open, it's going to be the most unreasonable gaming god moment I've ever seen. He should lose day 1. But if Leffen actually gets out of his pool, it's going to be... Because he learned the game in 3 weeks. I'm sorry. I feel like everyone's getting sick lately. Shout out to Dr. Carbonation. What? Just shout out to him. You know, if he was real, and he is, and he's dangerous, I personally am afraid of him because I think he's just so skilled at his craft. It'd be weird. It'd be like shout out to the Penguin or whatever. Like if he was, imagine if you were in Gotham. That, like it's a villain. You shouldn't be shouting out to him. When does Marketing Monday start? I don't see a timer. It doesn't. The timer's not working. So fucking deal with it. All right. How about that? I can't get it to work, bro. I'm having. It's a tech week. It's a tech support week. The timer would crash the PC. Actually, unironically, maybe the timer was at fault the whole time. Maybe any attempt to limit my fucking timer is the problem. Why don't you stream in the green chair? You mean that chair? Because it's low to the ground? Because it's far? You'd have to... No, it would be so stupid. I could just sit in it while we're talking. All right. You guys hear me okay? Does this sound all right? look like young Sheldon, right? I don't look like young Sheldon. No, I can't 100% see what you're saying, but I think it's all positive. He doesn't look like young Sheldon. Okay. Old Sheldon. Old Sheldon is just Sheldon. There's not an old Sheldon. Oh, dude, my fucking... The little rubber thing fell off when I transitioned chairs. Oh, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. I have to find it. I have to find it now. Oh, come on. It probably bounced somewhere. Oh, nobody has had a harder life than me. Oh, nobody in the world has been dealt a harder hand than me, a Twitch streamer. Oh, God. Nah, it actually has bounced. Straight up. Oh, dear Lord. What if it's stuck in your ear? It's not. It's not. It's not. That's what I'll tell you. It's not stuck in my ear. Imagine though. Oh, now I have one ear sound. I look goofy with one ear sound. It looks like I'm trying to be cool with it. Like I'm like, hey, you come here often? Wait, what the fuck is it? I need two ears. I'm not trying to fucking raise anybody up. I just want fucking two... Dude. Alright, well, I just sort of stuffed it in there without the... I just stuffed it in there without the rubber. Yeah, that's a good saying. What is Lil Bro even listening to? I'm listening to the Eminem discography, okay? I listen to it while I stream every time. Always playing in here. I go full every track back to back. And that's because of my fucking passion for Marshall Mathers, especially ever since he made the brilliant decision to appear in Fortnite. That catapulted him to GOAT status in my mind. I was kind of a Jay-Z guy before, but Jay-Z, Hova, has never been in Fortnite, so sorry. He was indie before that. Did you see the concert? No, I actually didn't see it, but I heard it was incredibly short. I saw only social media reactions, and I heard that it was like 2 songs. PC didn't last. Yeah, obviously. I fucking drove home from Chicago urgently, booted up my PC, and tried to watch the concert because it was so important to me. And then the PC crashed, so I missed it. Wait, what if I take the rubber from this Raycon and put it on this? Holy shit. This week's a wash, bro. This week's a wash. I feel like everything's breaking. I feel like I'm Chinese infrastructure in 20 years. It's all coming down. Okay. Anywho, did I break my expensive chair? No, just the setting was weird, so it fucking flipped out to the side. It's fine. Just got here. What happened? Nothing happened. We're ready to start Marketing Monday. Actually, Game Awards tomorrow. I'm going to say, assuming this PC holds up, I will be live tomorrow to co-stream the Game Awards. How about that? Put on some intellectual glasses, have intellectual opinions about everything. It should be really fun. Also, the new cable arrives tomorrow, so ideally it's just all fixed. It will not hold up. What do you mean will not hold up? My computer? What is your... What, you guys know this is the same computer I've been streaming on for months now, all right? It just happened to have problems recently, but we ignored those problems, and now they're not happening. GTA 6 will win all of the awards based on the trailer. I don't think so. I don't. Silk Song would be something. That would be the biggest possible announcement. Although I wish I almost don't even trust them. They could tell me it launches tomorrow, and I wouldn't trust them. Like I feel like they just need to say it's live. I need to see it on Steam. Give me the download button. Big A, will you watch the Game Awards on stream? Can you click the unmute button? Before you ask a question, can you click the unmute button? That's what we're talking about. We're in the middle of talking about that. And then you ask me, what did you think I was talking about whenever you typed that? Yeah, I will. That's what I'm doing. Yes. I'm going to watch it tomorrow. Yes. Any expectations for Elden Ring DLC? I don't know what to expect. I go in with no expectations of these things. Who knows what Jeff Keighley has procured in his bag of tricks for tomorrow? I don't know. But last year was pretty fun. It's like the modern day E3, bro. These Game Awards have... They usually get some big stuff. New song dropped from the guy who shot Reagan. Oh, what? Is that serious? The person... Wait, what? Reagan shooter song. John Hinckley. Okay, wait. The guy that shot Ronald Reagan was released in 2016. I didn't know that. And no, in 2022, unconditional release. So about a year ago, he was released and is now making music. Let's listen to it. Is this real? Is this him?
Hello everybody, hope you're doing great. This is my latest original song. I'm just a lonely dreamer. People say I'm dreaming my life away. I'm just a lonely dreamer. Love is gone, and now my world is gray.
Imagine he makes an album for the fucking ACLU. He's got a fucking Coffee Cow track. We get him on the Reddit. I think it's probably a good thing that he's, assuming the judge followed the protocol and he's out. I don't believe someone should be locked up for a fucking infinite amount of time if they've reformed. But I think it's, I wouldn't have guessed that you could shoot a president and then get paroled. That's shocking to me. I just didn't know you could do that. I don't know what his motivations were for shooting Reagan, but it doesn't seem like he's probably a repeat offender based on this beautiful song, okay?
I never
You guys are sagging. Poor John Hinckley. Oh, he's got a song called "I Won't Go Back Again." That's funny.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is my latest song. Down the steps I've traveled, I've been where no one's been.
That's true.
I've talked to broken strangers. I won't go back again.
This is what got him paroled. This was he said. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen of the parole board, I can't make my argument with words. I can only make it with song. Could you please, if I may, pass me a guitar?" And he played this, and what did he do? He shot Reagan. Come on, dude. Are you following along? Are you following along with the flow of the conversation? I'm Giga Chad and okay, all right, you guys. So I think Ronald Reagan is one of the worst presidents America's ever had. I think he set us on a fucking terrible, terrible path. But I don't agree that we should shoot the presidents we disagree with, right? Is that crazy? Is that a crazy fucking take? We shouldn't fucking take out a gun and find the president we don't like and then shoot them, right? Weird take. Trash take. Crazy take. Okay, Fox News. Yeah, that's pretty enlightened centrist of me, I guess. I just prefer when we don't shoot our political opponents with guns. Do, 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 do. Classic right-wing mogul male take. Yeah, basically. Nobody should have killed Hitler if they had the chance. This is such a fucking internet conversation. You just skipped all of the middle parts and we already got to Hitler. That was so quick. Wow. So essentially, by saying we shouldn't shoot our political opponents, you support Hitler. Wow. That's crazy, Atrioc. I didn't know that about you. I didn't know you supported Adolf Hitler. But now that I've heard that you don't think we should we should use deadly violence on those who disagree with us, now I know you're a Hitler supporter. Yeah, you've really checkmated me with logic there. You really got me on that one. I don't know how you guys do it. I would love to, if I had Mr. Beast funds, I would love to have a person who is about to be sentenced to death. You know, like a convicted felon about to be put on death row. I would like to have their lawyer, their legally appointed court lawyer, be replaced with Twitch chat. That would be my one Mr. Beast video. And you guys get one chance to save somebody from the electric chair. Okay? And it's Twitch Plays Law. And yeah, you have to have a debate, and then whatever you agree on gets read out loud in front of the judge. I'd actually like to see, because I think you guys really have a powerful debate style. Your Honor, cap. Pause, champ, Your Honor, let me cook. This COVID hurts. Everybody's getting COVID lately. COVID season abound. COVID and flu. Double whammy. Almost everyone I know got sick or is sick. You had it? I feel like I'm not actually sick, but I do feel a little under the weather, which sucks to be under the weather at the same time as my fucking tech support issues, but what are you going to do? I'm sick with it. Nice. Happy for you. Can you fix the fucking timer for Marketing Monday? I can instead ban you. Is that what you want, Salty Jordy? I'm going to give you a 2-week timeout just because your long chat history. All right? Hey, double A. What? Double A? Don't call me double A. What's that? I'm only 1A. Just put a still text of 10:45 there. I'm going to start in like 10, 15 minutes. Oh, wait. Did I have a slide I wanted to add before I started? Let me see. It starts with this. It starts with this. Yeah, China stuff. Okay. This all looks good to me. Battery Boy. You guys are still doing the double A thing? Okay, that's almost too basic, right? That's just doing the opposite. I said, don't call me double A or whatever, and then you guys call me Battery Boy. What if I... Don't call me Giga Chad. Don't call me Super Cool Atrioc. Okay. Okay, all right. Oh, well said. Interesting. Interesting. Lotso Solitario, thank you for the 5 months. Matt K, 12, thank you for the 19 months. Coninator, thank you for the 25 months. Dipperoonie, thank you for the 9 months. What up, Big A? Keep it marketing, brother. Don't ever say that to me in person. Don't ever say, if you ever meet me in person, do not say, what up, Big A? Keep it marketing, brother. That's a terrible way to speak. Don't throw marketing into a random sentence just because that's what I did as a profession and talk about on stream. Keep it marketing, brother, doesn't mean anything. What is it? Keep it marketing? You could say keep marketing, I guess, like it's a verb. Jay Arlington, thank you for the raid. Sorry, I missed that. Mr. O'Noodle, thank you for the 7 months. Park Ave, thank you for the 9 months. Hey, Big A, hoping to see you at the Terramana Holiday House in NYC this year. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I will absolutely fly across the country to New York City in order to be at the Terramana Holiday House, where me and Dwayne The Rock Johnson will share a refreshing shot of Terramana tequila and reign in the new year. You know what I'm saying? New dawn, new beginnings, but still a chance to change things for the better. Probably watch Black Adam too. Peter WSR, I think, for 27 months, 7s. Ramen Noodle, thank you for the 4 months. Speedweed, thank you for the 9 months. 9 month sub. Want to feel my belly? Fucking no. Disturbing message. Thank you for the 9 months, though. Willow 8, thank you for the 4 months. Twice Light, thank you for the Prime. Dusk Cover, thank you for the Prime. Dawichi for the 32. Thank you very much. Gremory with the 5. The Glizzard is back, baby. Couldn't catch much of the streams, but thanks for the content, Big Glizz. You actually didn't miss any streams. I have had no streams this week on account of my crashing Starforge PC. Which it hasn't crashed yet. To be fair, to be the contrarian in the room, we have had no crash since doing a full reinstall and cleaning and replugging of everything. Fingers crossed. I mean, I probably think it'll crash once I use the GPU in some way, like if I play Outer Wilds. But I need to say something that would. It definitely won't crash right now. The fan turned on a little bit, but I'm just trying to see like anything that I could say where mid sentence would be very stupid if I crashed. If I'm bald, then this stream would crash right now. I'm looking up at God. Ads. Ads is kind of funny. Ads is kind of funny. All right, here while the ads are playing, give me a second. I gotta fix a slide.
It's feeding time for Daddy Bezos. Sacrifice the poor and unsubscribe. While they watch their advertisements, we'll kill some time and pretend to care that they can't see this. God, they're suckers, they all forgot to sub again. Streamers need your money, so cough it up, 'cause they're our friends. Rent's not even that expensive. Student debt's not a financial drain. There's no excuse for not subscribing, which is a crime much worse than murdering. Still on an ad break. Stop the presses, these fools forgot to sub again. Streamers need your money, so cough it up, 'cause they're our friends. Everybody can get $5. Just don't waste your cash on food.
Oh my God.
You don't need to feed your family. This content will get them through. Sell a family heirloom like your grandmother's engagement ring.
Librarian!
Family
Thank you for the
memories
gifties.
are worthless, and gifting subs will make you feel like a king for like 5 minutes.
All right.
Stop the presses, these fools forgot to sub again. Streamers need your money, so cop
I
it
feel
up,
pretty
'cause
good about
they're
all this.
our friends. Here's another way to make a killing. Invest in Herbalife with me. I'll even let you join my downline. Long live multi-level marketing. Still on an ad break. Stop the presses, these fools forgot to sub again. Streamers
Almost done.
need your money,
Hold!
so cop it up, 'cause they're our
Hold!
friends. Now you've listened to my story. Here's the point that I have made. For less than 16 cents every morning, you can help a rich guy buy a new plane. God, I love ad breaks. Stop the presses, these fools forgot to sub again. Streamers need your money, so cough it up, 'cause they're our friends. God, I love this time we spend. God, I love this time we spend. God, I love this time we spend. God, I love this time we spend.
Okay. Sorry for the delay. I think it's now time. Yeah, okay. Okay. What has Northern Lion been playing lately, by the way? Sorry to, Librarian got me on the, I was on a Northern Lion kick for a minute where I was watching pretty regularly, and then I think he got sick or something, or he traveled, and then he wasn't streaming during the day, so I started, he spent 5 hours today doing movie trivia. That's fun. He's back on Isaac. You know what's funny is I asked what he's doing, and every single person in chat said something different. Somebody said nothing. Somebody said he's only playing SAP. Somebody said he's doing movie trivia. Somebody said Backpack Battles. Somebody said Lethal Company. Someone said that's. I don't. He's playing a lot of things. It sounds like I don't know what you guys have. Anyway, I do really like his content. God forbid a man does more than one thing. So true. Stand up for him. He's been doing a lot of marketing Mondays. Really? He pivoted? He's been doing marketing Mondays every day? That's interesting. Is it all Peloton related, or what are the subjects? Someone has to. Okay, I have had technical issues. Am I late? Timer doesn't say shit. Figure it out, bro. Context clues. His "Was Up Paris" segment is fire. Yeah, but it's not the same as you. He'll do them on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Wow, what a psycho. Atrioc, your haircut looks like 2007. It's not. It's actually a lack of a haircut. It is me doing literally nothing with my hair, getting out of the shower, and there it is. Probably should do something with it, but I lost my little styling paste or whatever in the trip to Chicago, so I have nothing, and I have to go buy something, and I don't have it. I guess I could put a hat on if I really felt like it, but. The Hitman Bodies clip is great. What clip are you talking about? Oh, shit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have asked so little of you in this opening segment. Just a little bit of patience is all I asked, and you gave it to me without a delay. I asked you questions about Northern Lion. You gave me the answers to that. Now I have to ask one more thing of you, and then I'll deliver all from there. The rest of it will be all me. I'll just give. I just have to take one thing, and that is your momentary attention to drag this from your fourth monitor to your second monitor so you can still use the mouse and make it big enough to see, look at it, analyze what you're seeing, and tell me when you see yourself depicted on stream. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Marketing Monday on December 6th, a Monday. Let's talk about marketing. Wait, let me get this. This might be a hat situation. Okay. Okay. Take three. Quack. Leave this all in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Marketing Monday, wins and fails here on December 6th, where we go over all the wins and the fails in the last week in marketing and business. Now, normally, all I want to talk about when it comes to bubbles are economic bubbles, okay? They get bigger and bigger and then they pop and there's economic disaster. I'm always talking about some economic bubble or other. But this week, I want to give my first win to a different type of bubbles. Green bubbles. And the ongoing green/blue bubble war that has been brewing what seems like our entire lives. Because there's been another salvo in this war that happened this week. Okay? Now, you guys know the story. If you use an Android phone in an iMessage conversation It has green bubbles. Ugh, gross. Yuck. When I text someone for the first time and their bubble is green, tell them, Jay-Z, gross. It's nasty. And not only is it a weird, off-putting green color, but it's blurry. Images are blurry. It's unencrypted. It doesn't have the typing indicator. It has functionally less ability than the blue bubbles. And so there's been a lot of disastrous social pushback on Android users for this one reason. The guy at the AT&T store commented how I'm the one who ruins group chats with my green bubbles. Yes, sir, I'm fully aware. Thank you. I can't explain it, but green bubbles are such an ick. Texting someone with green bubbles in 2023 is crazy. By the way, I want to say before we get into all this, I have an Android phone. just so you guys know that I'm taking the heat as well as I'm dishing it out. All right, I have an Android phone. And yet, I wouldn't be able to get a date. Thank God I'm married. Sorry, Android users. These iPhone snobs won't date you. Hell, Android users are more likely to be unlucky in love in general, a survey finds. Dating in the digital age is deeply complicated. You better just get an iPhone. Hey, it's Jennifer from the other night. Hey, oh wow, a green text. I don't date poor people. Sorry. I'd send you an emoji, but you probably wouldn't see it. Take care. This is a father on Reddit who said that his son is being bullied for owning an Android phone. His friends told him that his Galaxy S20 is lame. And I was like, wait, why don't you just explain to the kid that you can sideload apps from F-Droid by bypassing Google Play? But then he tried that, and it turns out that doesn't help a 12-year-old not get bullied. It turns out he tried that, and it wasn't effective. I don't know. That was my first. I thought that would work so well. So all of this is culminated in basically a victory royale, to use the Gen Z slang, for Apple's iPhone. Teens in general, for young people, the market share of iPhone is much higher, and it's because teens dread the green text bubble. Look at it getting laughed at in this group. Ew, that's gross. And it's part of Apple's strategy. Again, these teenagers will become consumers. Teenagers are going to buy phones the entire rest of their life. They're going to buy phones in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, assuming that the world doesn't end by then. And 87% of teens they surveyed had iPhones. The market share among teens is way, way higher. You can see it here. So if you're older than 24, the market share for iPhone is only around 40%. But it's up near 75% if you're between 18 and 24, which is where a lot of the people in this chat are. And largely it is due to this. This is the main reason, is that the social pressure of having a green bubble in a group chat and being made fun of or being excluded is so high, and everyone's pressure to, be the best possible version of themselves for dating and friendships, that they don't want an Android. And Google has noticed this. Obviously, Google, as the provider of Android, has noticed this and has started a campaign, actually for quite a few months now, been running a campaign to try and pressure Apple into finally updating the way they handle Android texts. Help Apple #get the message. This is from Google. It's time for Apple to stop texting from the 90s. They made this video, which I'm sure will play. It's not just an image of a video. Yeah, that's what it is. That's an image of a video. That's what it is. That's what it is. This is Google's ad. It's time to keep waiting.
But if your mind's neglected, stumble you might fall, I see through you, your dirty tricks, you make me sick.
Apple still uses it. So anyway, the pressure has been from Google to finally get Apple to update the old SMS protocol it uses for Android chats so that they can have rich media text with iPhones and have normal images and everything work. And they've been putting pressure on with the advertisements, and it hasn't really been effective, and Apple's been sort of ignoring them. But recently, seemingly out of the blue, as in a few days ago, Tim Cook shows up, gives us one of these, and says, you know what? Okay, we're going to offer RCS support. Android's going to have it. We're going to have RCS support. And everyone's kind of really surprised. Wait, what the hell? They're just going to do it after this stupid ad? They're going to do it? RCS is finally coming to the iPhone, says Marcus Brownlee. Blue bubbles. And Andrew Clare, a notable tech reviewer / Android user, says, goodbye green bubbles. It's over. It's over, dude. I found out this is his phone. He has an Android. Goodbye green bubbles. And then Apple said, well, now wait a minute. Now hold on. Now hold on here. We will offer RCS support, obviously, but Android users will still have green bubbles. We're not getting rid of that. They'll have the media will work fine. The images won't break the group chats. Everything will be clean and simple, but we still want to mark you as an Android user. We still want everyone to know, just with the color of your message, that you're not on an iPhone. Because, I mean, it's very obvious why they want to do this. It's good for their company. Getting 87% market share among teens is a powerful thing, and it's going to keep their company growing in the long term. It's powerful. It's a very good reason why they do it, financially. So the new feature will be like this. They'll be the same functionality, but they will be different colors, and there should have higher resolution images. Group chats will work better, interact with other apps better, improve security. Again, it's overall an improvement for Android users talking with iPhone users, but they will still be marked with the green bubble. And so, obviously, Android users are a little frustrated now, because now that the technical limitations have been overcome, now that functionally on the back end, these messages are the same, they could just change the color on Apple's side, right? Like, someone should solve this problem. And so the market stepped in to try and do that, introducing a new app that I want to give, well, delay it. I'll tell you what I'll give it, a winner or a fail in a second, called Nothing Chat. Wait, let me move this over. Nothing Chat showed up to help users send messages from Android smartphones. Blue bubble messages. This is how it works, okay? You have an Android phone. You send your message. It logs into basically a Mac Mini that Nothing Chat bought and then sends the message from there. So now it's a Mac message. It's essentially what happens. They bought essentially a bunch of Mac Minis. Set them up as servers. Your message goes through there. And it turns out there are some possible privacy concerns with such a design. Using Mac Minis as relays basically meant that they were storing sorry. Sorry. I'm talking about their marketing. So they marketed this as extremely private, end-to-end encryption. We never store user messages. Nothing chat. All chat messages are end-to-end encrypted. Not stored on any servers. Nothing chat. And it turns out that nothing about that is true. It turns out whenever someone even took a cursory look into it, it's extremely insecure, and they were just storing everyone's messages and credentials in plain text that you could access over the internet. People were able to use Nothing Chat to find other people's data and information. You could find messages and files from other users in real time in plain text. It was extremely, extremely insecure, almost shockingly so. And so immediately, despite solving a problem for Android users, it was pulled from Google Play, like instantly. Like they pulled it down. And that was going to be the end of that, to be honest. I was going to end this segment by saying, and the war rages on, but it looks like other than some minor upgrades, it's still the green versus blue war. But then my computer crashed and we had a slight delay to this stream. And in that interim time, something crazy happened. Apparently, a high schooler, a solo dev high schooler, found a way to basically spoof an Apple ID on Android phones. And then a company called Beeper Mini bought that technology, turned it into an app, and now they have native iMessage support on Android. Like right now, you can download this Beeper Mini and you have native Blue Bubble iMessage support encrypted. I mean, it's literally, it's as if you have an iPhone. It's not going through a routed server. And so at least temporarily, you can use Blue Bubbles on an Android. This exists right now. This is how it works.
Apple falsely.
From, I believe this is a guy named Snazzy Tech. Excellent video. Check him out. Great tech reviewer. He's sort of, I'm going to briefly show it, but.
Hey, don't worry. We're legit. We're an Apple device.
So this is basically the key thing. It shows this bit of code that is injected in your thing, and it convinces that thing that it's an Apple device, and then you get a Blue Bubble.
Now, you might be thinking, well, couldn't Apple just ban this specific serial number and UUID server?
That's the first thing I'm thinking. Yes. Why wouldn't Apple just immediately ban it? But apparently,
Side and break PyPush in like 2 minutes? Yeah, they could, but they aren't likely to because there are a lot of legitimate reasons for many Apple IDs to use the same hardware keys, from enterprise deployments to white hat bounty programs. In fact, Apple uses a bunch of unknown variables themselves, weighted differently, to determine the legitimacy of you as a user beyond just the serial number, because it's not a good metric. Up to and including your Apple ID, your phone number, your history as an Apple customer, and more. Hackintosh users know this well because they use completely BS fake serial numbers all the time, and Apple goes, okay, cool, thanks, genuine Apple user. And in the event your Apple ID is brand new and Apple doesn't put any value.
It goes on for a while, but basically explains why if Apple were to patch this out, it would cause them a bunch of headaches with legitimate users, which means, at least for now, in the instance of supporting backwards compatibility, this thing is likely to remain up or not likely to be easily taken down by Apple. So temporarily, Apple users have access to Blue Bubbles. And they have been, the company, Beeper Mini, has been making that very clear. All of their marketing is about how you can get Blue Bubbles. That's the main reason they understand. It has a bunch of other uses, but this is like the only thing they use in their marketing now. Finally get Blue Bubbles on Android. Why was the blueberry sad? just blue everywhere. Just reminds you, hey, Beeper Mini gets you Blue Bubbles here. Turn your phone number blue. And so it seems like, all is well. But I doubt. I doubt that Tim Cook is so happy. Because a while back, there was some leaked emails from Apple executives. It was during, I think, the Epic Games trial, actually. Some older leaked emails were leaked. And they showed Apple is fully aware internally that they could at any moment make it easy for Android users to have the same functionality and same message color as Apple. And they chose not to because, and they specifically mentioned this in the email, it would stop parents with family plans from getting their kids Androids that are cheaper. Basically, they figured out that parents buy their kids more expensive iPhones because the kid demands it because of the chat message, but otherwise, they would get their kids cheaper Androids. So they're very aware of the problem, and they don't want to let this change. And so, based on what I read here, similarly, this happened with iTunes back in the day, and developers who work for places like Palm and all these other places tried to create these workarounds where you could use iTunes support on non-Apple devices or have things like that. And Apple every time would find a way to break things so that you couldn't work anymore. It was a constant war to break this kind of thing so that you could not get around it. And so I think very likely, despite the fact this is working perfectly right now, we're going to see some sort of security patch update. They're going to find a way. There's too much at stake for Apple to allow this to go through. So it seems extremely likely that old Tim Cook is going to end this. But for now, for a very brief period of time, you could have your blue bubbles on Android and we could have peace and harmony, okay? No phone discrimination. Now, there is one thing that I want to say. Normally, Apple would crash down on this like a fucking iron fist. I think they would have done it within 24 hours normally. I think they would have found a way to break this. But right now, Apple is in the midst of an antitrust trial in the EU. And they are very worried about doing anything anti-competitive. In fact, they have been saying in this trial that the reason they don't make these kind of phone updates is because there's technical challenges. So when someone proves that there is no technical challenges and they can be done, it sends a bad message. So Apple is treading very carefully around this. They do not want to crush this like a bug too easily because it may send a bad message during this trial that they actually can't support it with technical abilities. So very interesting. Speaking of countries' laws and tech companies, let's give a big fail to Twitch. Well, there's more to this story. Actually, not to Twitch. The fail is to everybody who streams on Twitch in Korea. Because as of 2 days ago, Twitch has shut down its streaming platform in South Korea. Twitch no longer exists in South Korea. You can no longer stream there and make money. All Korean Twitch streamers will have to end their accounts, either change countries, reapply for partnership, find some new way to go on. In fact, she explains it right here. This is a Korean Twitch streamer talking about what this means for her.
It just feels like I lost my job. My career, everything what I made it, like partner streamer, just everything will be gone. I mean, even all of my viewers are English, English viewer. Just like...
Just to pause. Now, there is competing platforms in South Korea. The number one now being Africa TV, whose stock price jumped 30% on this news. That's the homegrown Korean streaming service. She can go stream there, but platforms like that have no outside Korea viewership. So if you're a streamer in Korea who has some English viewers or some non-Korean viewers, they're completely lost to you with the end of this service.
There only two options: moving platform, or second, moving to the other country. But even if I will move to the other country, I need to make new channel and I need to get partner again from that country. I'm gonna show the email.
So it sucks. It sucks. I mean, overall, it really sucks for all of these creators in Korea who sort of built their livelihoods on Twitch and now have 3 months to basically find a new way to make a living, especially if that's the part of their livelihood. But the reasoning behind it is, in fact, in my opinion, not really Twitch's fault. If you want to know the backstory, it turns out there is a pretty strong telecommunications cartel in South Korea. You know how every couple of years we'll have a net neutrality fight? You'll see Reddit and they'll change their logo or whatever, and we'll all fight to have net neutrality. What that basically means is that the carriers can't charge extra based on the content that's on there. They can't like charge different content providers different amounts. All traffic is treated the same. Well, in Korea, that no longer exists. They have abandoned net neutrality. They have what's called pay your fair share laws or whatever. They're the only country in the world. I think Brazil's about to get them, but Korea's the only one that has it. And what that ends up meaning is that largely non-Korean content providers are charged significantly extra fees. People like, for example, Netflix, who just had a 3-year legal dispute because Squid Game had so much traffic, they were charged an incredible amount of money by SK Telecom Broadband. Generally, what that means is traffic is extremely high. Traffic costs are extremely high for content providers in Korea. And they've tried this. Telecoms have tried this in other countries. So far, it has not caught on. Europe was able to shut it down. America was able to shoot it down. But Korea, it has caught on. And when Dan Clancy spoke about this, he basically said, hey, our network fees in Korea are 10 times more expensive than other countries. And I have spoken to Twitch employees who worked in Twitch Korea, and they've confirmed this to me. Like, this is a real thing. As much as I don't generally trust corporate speak, everything I can tell tells me this is a real thing. Korean server costs are astronomical to serve broadband there, and so they've been operating. Twitch already is barely break even, if not money losing in most regions. In Korea, it's a significant loss. They couldn't figure out a way to make it work, so they had to shut it down. And in fact, I think Twitch handled it pretty well. So what Twitch did is they gave 3 months heads up. They've allowed, obviously, streaming on other platforms in the meantime, and they've encouraged or found ways to get people off to other platforms in the meantime. So, I mean, it's not the perfect thing they could do, but it's as helpful as I can imagine for a business that is already losing money in a region. So, in fact, in the end, I think it's kind of a major L to Korea, which has been driving out a lot of basically non-Korean tech businesses to try and build up, I guess, homegrown replacements, which is fine, but bad for those that prefer one option. So, I'm pretty sure some people at Twitch are trying to help those big streamers can't transfer their account to NA. Yeah, I think so. I think then they're trying to help the accounts, but end of the day, it's not going to work. I saw people saying it's just use the Amazon money, but to me, yeah, I think the argument that you could just use Amazon money for this is short-sighted. Because at the end of the day, if it's consistently money losing, they're just not going to do it. And I can't really blame them if it's 10 times more expensive. It doesn't make sense. But, Twitch Korea has always had, it is the biggest streaming platform, I believe, in Korea. It's larger than Africa and still can't make a profit. So they're going to have to go to its competitor. It's unfortunate. It's a big L. I wonder if this will lead to any change. Again, companies have been pulling out. So, for example, people care about this way less, but Facebook in Korea has a lot of users, millions of users. Because they were being charged so much, they moved their server outside of Korea, and now everyone in Korea that uses Facebook has like 8x the latency or something. It's like one of the highest in the world latency. Just even though Korea has great internet, all because of that. So it's just I don't think the law is working as they intended. And the primary beneficiary seems to only be the telecommunications companies, who are charging users on one end for the product and then charging content providers on the other end. They're double dipping. The telecom companies are double dipping by charging both ends of the traffic, which is not really fair. But they got money, so big win for them. Speaking of someone else that got money for something, Snoop Dogg. Everyone's already seen this, but I thought it was really funny and I wanted to give it a win. It's an honest to God mini Marketing Monday win. If you didn't see this, Snoop Dogg tweeted, "I'm giving up smoke. After much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. Please respect my privacy at this time." And what I think is so bold about this, well, let's watch the rest. So he tweeted this, everyone lost their mind, and then the next day he tweeted the following.
I have an announcement. I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. Done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all sticky icky. I'm going smokeless. Solo stove fix fire. They took out the smoke. Clever.
What I like about this, there's only one thing, is that this part right here, they didn't include it on the first tweet, even though legally they're required to. They took the hashtag ad out of the first tweet to create the buzz. And that, I think, is fucking ballsy. Because, in meetings like that, there's so much pressure from the legal department or whatever, or from Snoop's team who doesn't want to get in trouble. Both sides. Everyone's like designed by committee. Even though it'll be way funnier and get the actual buzz and interest, people want to put in the thing and cover their ass. And they didn't do it. They put it again on the last one, and they could probably argue it. It's probably fine. But I think that, to me, was really impressive. Because it made the whole thing a viral buzz, which is hard to do for a fucking smokeless stove social media campaign. I'm going to be honest with you. If you are the marketing team at fucking Smokeless Stoves, at Solo Stove, this is pretty much the best thing you could do. I can't think of anything that would get more buzz than this with your limited options. So it's actually pretty impressive. It's like a pretty reach for the stars type of campaign for what you have. And I think they did a great job. So shout out to them. I give them a dub. Speaking of shopping, if you're not buying a Solo stove, maybe you're buying something else for Black Friday. Let's compare how America treated Black Friday back when I was growing up to right now. Because I feel like when I looked around this year at Black Friday, I was a little bit disappointed.
Watch as merchandise goes flying through the crowds.
Oh, wait. This is Black Friday as we used to know it.
Watch as merchandise goes flying through the crowds at this Walmart in Virginia and this one in South Carolina.
Can y'all believe this is a Walmart
This is Black
on
Friday
Black
now.
Friday? Back in my day, fights were breaking out over this stuff. And now there's just no one.
Bullets flew outside this Kohl's in
Bullets!
Illinois. Multiple
We used
injuries
to have
reported after
bullets!
police chased an alleged shoplifter into the parking lot.
We do it every year, part of the family tradition. Last year, we lost our youngest daughter. Her head was stepped on and crushed, but in her memory, we're going to find a young girl and step on her head this year.
And now this is Best Buy. What happened? We used to be a consumerist country. What happened, dude? Black Friday isn't what it used to be, is the headline. We used to shop like it means something. What is the difference? Well, it turns out the main culprit is the internet. Interesting. Turns out sales of Black Friday were a slight percent up this year. They were up. It actually wasn't as dead as it appeared to be, but all of the traffic was online. Everyone switched to shopping all the discounts online. And people don't really go to the malls or shop anymore. Now, that being said, I've been making the case the economy is in a pretty rough spot right now. I think people are feeling the sting of inflation and higher housing costs. And it's shocking to me that they're able to continue to spend and spend and spend. And so I did a little bit of a deeper dive. And it turns out that while we did barely manage to squeak out higher numbers this year, and again, higher numbers is not accounting for inflation. The raw dollar costs are higher, so it's going to appear higher. A couple things are unique about this year. Number one is that credit card defaults have hit a peak. People have started to hit the highest delinquency rate we've had in, since the financial crisis. People are starting to not be able to pay their credit card bills. That's the first thing. But the main reason people were spending higher this time around is buy now, pay later. This holiday spending spree is fueled by buy now, pay later shoppers. Our good old friends Klarna and Afterpay are back, baby, and they're up a staggering 40% over last year. Massive, massive increases in the amount of Klarna and Afterpay used for shopping this year. And what's cool about it, and what's an extra big win, is people aren't just using it for holiday shopping, they're using it for everyday expenses, like gas and groceries. Yes, dude. You ever put a Subway sandwich on a 4X, a 4-week payment plan? It's thrilling. It's a rush. There's nothing cooler than that. It's almost like we found a way cooler thing to do than stampeding over a mall. Okay? We can put all of our purchases on layaway. So anyway, all of this would be a problem for the future, right? I honestly, it's like, you get a debt, you pay it back later. Buy now, pay later. That's the cool thing. Why are we worried now? We're going to have a great Christmas. But the thing is, 25% of Americans are still paying holiday debt from last year. If you're in a hole, stop digging. So I think we're in a part where this is all starting to catch up to us, especially as you start to see default rates begin to rise. Credit cards are one of the first things to go when people are unable to pay their bills. And so if we're in a situation where people are last chancing this fucking crazy spending spree on debt, and they already have leftover debt, and they're coming to a point where they're not able to pay that debt, I think we're getting to a part where this could lead to some real problems. And if we don't have money to spend, that's going to be a real problem for my next win, Ubisoft, because they really, really, really want us to spend. Do you guys remember this scene from the movie Ready Player One? Oh my God, it's a fucking image.
Shareholders won't be happy.
It's not our job to make them happy. It's our job to make them money.
But once we launch this little baby, they're gonna flip.
We call this Pure O2. This is the first of our planned upgrades. Once we can roll back some of Holiday's ad restrictions, we estimate we can sell up to 80% of an individual's visual field before inducing seizures.
80% of a user's visual field before inducing seizures. I present to you the real life example of Ubisoft having pop-in ads during gameplay. That rolled out recently, and then they got a bunch of backlash, and they said it was, of course, a technical error that has now been fixed. And, you know, you could maybe believe that, but then the community notes tell the truth that it's been in the game for 4 years and was able to appear during opening the map. So it just seems like weird that the technical, that somehow it accidentally happened. Someone had to have made that feature. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens with Ubisoft and their continued attempt to monetize our visual space. I do think this guy reminds me exactly. This is the best part of the movie was him looking exactly like the EA CEO, looking and talking like the EA CEO. Okay, but all of this is only interesting insofar as it's in the boring West. Okay, to really get to what's going on in the world right now, we need to go to the East with a segment I like to call "What's Up, Beijing." Tell him, G. Welcome to What's Up, Beijing, a coverage of what's going on in business in China. Turns out they're having their own default problems. Chinese borrowers are defaulting in record numbers as their economic crisis deepens. 8 million people have become blacklisted by authorities after they missed their own payments on mortgages and business loans. And in China, the consequences for missing payments are severe. It is much more difficult to just declare bankruptcy and move on. In fact, you are blacklisted from a whole suite of services, certain trains, certain activities, certain things you can do, certain financial activities, and that make it more and more difficult to be able to pay back your original loan. But there is one way maybe you could do it. Gamba, baby! Gamba. Now, gambling is 100% illegal in China, but it turns out recently there was sort of a way to get around that on their most popular streaming service, or one of the most popular, not actually probably a little behind Bilibili. One of the most popular streaming services. This is like the equivalent version to Kick or Twitch in China. And there was this way that you could basically use subscribers as a lottery. So I might tell you, hey, subscribe to me right now, and one of you will win $10,000. You know what I'm saying? So I could basically turn my subscriber system into an online lottery or gambling. It's real. Try it right now. No, literally. Try it right now. You could win. And this was becoming, I guess, popular on Douyu. And it turns out, actually kind of a cool piece of news out of China, is to crack down on this, they just arrested the CEO because they are extremely anti-gambling, and they arrested him. And so the CEO of Douyu was arrested. Now the only problem I have with this, because I honestly think that CEOs receiving some sort of punishment for the crimes of their companies is actually pretty cool and deters it in the future. The problem I have with it is, again, China. It's this balancing act where in America we don't punish CEOs at all, and in China the way they do it is they made him disappear for a few weeks. No one knew where the hell he was. No one had any answers, and they put out this mysterious message that a man with the last name Chen was arrested on suspicion of opening a casino. They said nothing else. And so it's just this weird act where it's like, can we just do it all in public and normally and by the book and still have him, but there's got to be a middle ground. That's what they were doing. Again, Stefik noted, our Marketing Monday researcher noted that the big three in China are prostitution / porn, gambling, and drugs, and they're untouchable. Any celebrity or public figure that's caught doing anything related to those is basically blacklisted immediately with zero tolerance. He is related to gambling, so he's probably done. I mean, I don't see him coming back from this. And so there is some sort of punishment, and I guess it's been immediately cracked down upon on the website, so they have it gone. Interesting if that would happen on Kick. This is a funny quote from one of the esports teams that said, basically, all of Douyu's esports teams have already lost and came home back to China already, but the boss won't be going home anytime soon because he's going into jail. Speaking of China and their economic issues, you may have recalled in a previous Marketing Monday, we talked about how him and Xi Jinping and Biden are buddy-buddy again. Xi Jinping flew out to San Francisco and made nice, okay? He said, hey, it's all good. He said, biz leaders, come back to China, it's all good. Biden, we're good. We don't want to have any trouble. China announced they have no intention to challenge or unseat the U.S., okay? They've been really changing their rhetoric dramatically. They've been radically downplaying their previous, confrontational dialogue, and now they've been super friendly, super buddy-buddy. And, a lot of it seems to be related to this, which is basically that China needs some foreign direct investment. There's a shocking drop, and even tourism in China is down, let alone business investment. And so China has realized that Xi Jinping's, quote, scaring the hose strategy has not been working, and they need to find a way to sort of soften the image of China. And so they did try something which is pretty cool, which is that they're going to offer visa-free entry for all citizens of France, Germany, and Italy. I think, and Netherlands, Spain, and Malaysia, which basically means that you can travel there without a lot of hassle, which is actually really cool. It's actually pretty awesome. That should hopefully increase some tourism from that nation. I wish they had it for the United States, but they wouldn't do it for us. And some countries like Malaysia are offering the policy back to create open, free networks of travel between the two countries, which again could help. The comments in China were interesting. China finally lowered its prideful head. This is from Weibo in China, Stefik translated. And I think that's the main takeaway that I've seen. China lowered it. China's sort of been, at least recently, due to the economic crisis happening around real estate, been somewhat humbled in its constant sword rattling and rhetoric, and is trying to hey, okay, guys, chill out, come back. This is funny. What does America think? Why? Who cares? They're not letting us go visa free, which is also true. Again, this is not really China softening to America, mostly to other countries, but interesting. This post is great. Dismantling the firewall would be better. Yeah, they still have not dismantled the great firewall that separates their internet, which would be the most insane change. This comment, I'm sure, eventually deleted, assuming if it got enough upvotes. But the main story actually in Was At Beijing this week has nothing to do with exactly China itself, but rather, well, this will stop me from ever going, because I actually really want to go to China. The thing about me is I really want to go visit China, but this next segment probably won't allow me to. I want to talk about Taiwan. I want to talk about the Taiwanese elections, which are about to happen. They're very, very important coming up. And and what's going on in Taiwan. So I'll give you a crash course. Now, if you guys don't know, I'll give you the very brief history. This was all used to be one country. The Communist Party around the 50s basically won the Civil War battle here. The remainder of the old Chinese government is on Taiwan. They all claimed all of China. 1949. The war never even officially ended between these two parties. They claimed all of Taiwan claimed all of China. China claimed all of China. Eventually, Taiwan gave up on that and said they just want to be on their own. In the 70s, China started shelling Taiwan and attempted to take it over. And basically, the United States stepped in and little broed them, put a bunch of howitzers on here and brought in planes and things. And so the United States stopped it from happening. And then in the interim period, Taiwan ended up becoming a pretty well-established democracy on its own and created all of the great chip fabs of the world. They create most of like the world's microchips at TSMC. And China became the world's second most powerful economy and army. And so, but the conflict has never really been resolved. China still claims this is part of China, and Taiwan still claims they're independent. And so the reason this matters, the reason this separation of the two matters is because the upcoming elections, the different parties have different stances on where they land with regards to China. So the current, I'm gonna refer to these as the blue party, the green party, and the white party. Now, you may think that's just me not knowing how to pronounce it. That's part of it, but also this is how they're referred to in China. I mean, in Taiwan. In Taiwan, they refer to them as the blue, green, and white party as well. So it'll be very easy. So the Green Party is the current party that's in power, and they are the most, we could say, quote, anti-China. They are the most like, we don't want, we have to be vigilant. We have to be on our guard. China's going to try to invade. We have to be ready. We are independent. We don't want to work with them. We don't want to be next to them. That's the Green Party. The Blue Party is probably the opposite. They are the most like, hey, we should just be friendly with them. None of them are saying reunification, but like the Blue Party is like, hey, the best thing we can do is like try to make peace with China, work together with them, be as friendly as we can. And then the White Party is somewhat in the middle, but generally leans more towards this side. They're mostly about change. They're mostly about being different than the Green Party. So now there was this guy, as we mentioned before, his name is Terry Gao. He is the creator of Foxconn, which is the Chinese, it's a Taiwanese company actually based in China that makes all of the iPhones, a lot of electronics. He owns it. He was running for president, but China was so worried that he would split the vote and make the blue or the white party lose. So they pressured him by running raids on all the Foxconn factories. So he just dropped out. So Terry's dropped out because he was afraid of Foxconn getting harmed by his decision to run. And so it's back to these two. Now, there's currently the Green Party's in the lead, and that's how it was going to be until the blue and white parties realized that because they were losing, they should form a coalition. And so they did. And so because they teamed up, the blue-white alliance rose to 49% of the vote and seemed very likely to win. It seemed very likely that the blue-white alliance would win. But then there was very recently a last-second falling out. They couldn't decide which one of them would be the president and which one would be the vice president. They couldn't agree. And so there was a collapse of this Beijing-friendly alliance. Again, China was very happy with this. China was extremely happy to have these two parties teaming up, going to win the vote, going to be more pro-China in the Taiwanese government. But their coalition fell apart. And so now it's seeming like, again, the Green Party, the most anti-China Taiwanese party, is yet again in the lead. It's in chaos. And again, China is looming in the background of this whole thing, trying to influence it however they can to get a more pro-China candidate into office. And so we're going to follow this along. Again, the elections happen in January. They're coming up, and they're going to be extremely important. With how China handles Taiwan going forward, what are the likelihood of conflict there, what it means. All of that's extremely important. It's all going to happen in January coming up right now. And as we speak, there is all sorts of chaos happening. Taiwan has very lively and interesting elections. So Stefik has been interviewing actual Taiwanese people and getting notes that we've been using for these reports. And we're going to have more information for you in the future. What's up, Beijing's? So check it out. Find a team, cheer it on, and we'll give you updates in future Marketing Mondays. But that is the end of today's Marketing Monday. Thanks for watching, and see you next week, same time, Monday. Thanks for watching. Biden is going to win. The PC didn't crash. The PC didn't crash. Oh, God, dude. No PC crash. I don't think Biden is going to win the Taiwanese elections. I think it's very unlikely. Okay, good. Hopefully that went smoothly. Yeah, I felt good about that. Just fucking kept thinking I was going to crash. But we got through. The Blue Bubble stuff is crazy to me. Because if Apple can't find a way to crack down on that, then yeah, I'm going to get that app. I'm going to get Beeper Mini fucking tomorrow. If I don't have to worry about blue-green bubbles again, I'll do that fucking Insta. Why did China select those specific countries? Probably for tourism. They selected, who'd they select? France, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Spain. Yeah, it's probably countries that used to have tourism with China, probably have less of it, and they want more. Also, they probably are hoping for a reciprocation. So where Germany will do visa free, or France will do visa free with China. So Chinese tourists can go to France, French tourists can go to China, back and forth. Symbiotic. I think that's what they're trying to do. I mean, they're just trying to open up to the world. China has definitely had a dramatic about face. If you look at like Chinese state media and things like that, they've had a dramatic softening on how they talk about, like they've just been so aggressive, and they recently realized that it's not working, as they changed it. Then now they're being like very, very nice. Which again is not something we should like deride. It's a good direction. I just don't know that I can trust it long term. Atrioc, I'm in massive credit card debt. Do you recommend that I take out a payday loan or open up more credit cards? I think you should gamble. If I had to, it sounds like what you need is a big win. You know what I'm saying? Because all this is like this itty bitty credit card stuff. I think if you just do one big spin, put it all on red or something, then you're good. No, you should do what everyone in America is doing and get really into sports betting. That's what you should do. You should get really into sports betting, and then whenever anybody asks about it, say you're up, no matter what. And then say the secret is you have to know how to play the point system. So talk about how you figured out, you know how to churn points, and you know how to like use the freebies on different apps, and you're definitely making money. It's definitely a good use of your time. That is what you should do. You should tell people that. It's really smart. It's really skill based. And it's cool. That's that is your best thing to do. Should I if I know nothing about sports or betting? Don't matter. Don't matter. You'll figure it out. What do you actually do when you're in massive debt? I mean, there's no breaking math, right? But honestly, I clown on the Dave Ramsey stuff a lot, especially I don't like his shows, which are just basically take a millennial call in and then yell at him for being in debt. But there is the thing called the waterfall method, where you basically pay off the smallest amount first, one at a time. You just focus all your extra money on one thing to pay it off, and get that win. And so you start feeling some progress for it, and then do it. The snowball waterfall. It's I think pretty good. I think that's a good thing to do. I definitely think snowball. Sure, snowball. Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. I think if you line up all your debts, the best way to do it is line up by interest payment. So like if you have a 25% credit card interest payment, and like I don't know, 6% student loan, pay the credit card first, even if the student loan's smaller. And you should just focus on paying that down. Pay down all that debt first. Remember, I think people don't realize this, especially during the days of like 2021, whenever you could like completely super crypto gamble or whatever. But like, if you have $100 and you use it to pay down debt that has 6% interest, that is like putting it into the market and getting 6% return. It's the same thing. So like, especially if you have a high interest rate. Like, let's say it's a 20% credit card interest rate. If you put that money towards paying down credit cards, you'd have to earn more than 22% in the market for it to be worth it. Like, anything you do with the money has to earn more than what that would cost you in interest. So just take it and pay debt. It's like the best thing you can do. It's the highest return that you can do is just pay down that high interest debt. Explain that in Paint. Yeah, I actually, maybe I could do that. Wait, where's Paint? Does this work? Dude, it's so small. All right, okay. So imagine you want to put your money in either. So you have. Here, give me this. Give me a fucking pencil, bro. Why does this not work, bro? Am I just? Oh, I have to change this to white. There it is. Okay, good. Okay, here's your options, right? You have $5,000 credit card debt. Here's your fucking MasterCard. Okay? You got $5,000 credit card debt. Let's say you have, I don't know, $500. If you put the $500 into paying this down, let's say it has 20% interest. 20% interest. And it goes down to $4,500. Oh. That is like you got a 20% return on your $500. So if you instead took the $500 and put it into, I don't know, Google stock or something, $500 in Google stock, and then at the end of the year, Google's up like 19%, you might be thinking, wow, I put that money, it grew for me. I made money. I bought Google stock, it went up 19%, I made money. But you actually lost money compared to just paying down debt. Paying down debt would make you more money. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you have a high interest rate, like there's nothing you're going to find in the real market that's going to be better for you than just pay. This is guaranteed. This is guaranteed 20% returns. So this has risk. This has risk and almost never will give you as high as this guaranteed. Makes you lose less. Yeah, but you have to pay the money either way. All right. So this return is better. So what I'm saying is like, avoid the risk, guaranteed get these returns by just paying down. If you have debt, I think almost always pay it off. The only situation that's different is where you have like if you have like a 2 or 3% mortgage. This is an America thing. If you have a really low mortgage, then taking money and paying that down is probably not as good as putting it into the market or putting it in treasury bills or whatever. Like that, the money you get from that is going to be almost certainly higher than 2 to 3%. And so, this will be a better option. But if you have something above that, like even a student loan, like say you have a 7% student loan, everything you pay down for this is like getting a 7% return, which is really good. A guaranteed 7% return that's above treasury bills. So that's what I'm just saying is paying down debt is like almost always the best option. Almost always. It's the most guaranteed, more money in your pocket long term. My student loan is 2.7%. Then it's different. If it's under 3%, I think you could probably make the case that you don't need to pay it. But also, I will say, for peace of mind, so here's another thing. How do I clear this whole thing? Don't save. Yeah. Okay. So they did a study on people. They had to take a math test. Okay? By the way, 100% of everything I'm doing right now is because I saw a bunch of pirate software shorts recently. And I thought that was great. Okay? This is like a fucking great way to explain things. You just take a fucking black. I just want you to know that I want 100%. I don't want to fucking misrepresent. Don't H bomber guy me on this one, bro. Those gotten my recommended and they're great. Okay? So I just want you to know. I just 100%. They're awesome. So they did a study and it was people taking it was like a 10-question math quiz or whatever. 10-question math quiz. And they said it was about something else, but they tested them actually for financial reasons or whatever. And it turns out that if you have an upcoming bill that you don't know how you're going to pay, let's say you have an upcoming rent bill and you're not 100% certain that it's already able to be paid. Like you have to figure it out. Like you're stressed about how am I going to pay this bill? I'm not saying you can't pay it, but you have to think about it. All right. If you have that, your performance loss on the test is equivalent to having 2 nights of no sleep. Just the mere act of having a bill that you don't know how you're going to pay in your brain is that much of a drain on cognitive performance. Okay? So it's just like, I think it's worthwhile to realize that like there's a peace of mind issue that taking risks on any excess money you have in things like the market is kind of a thing only you should do whenever you've paid down at least as much debt as you can to where you feel comfortable and it's not a stress on your mind, because that's going to have a snowballing compounding effect. That explains why my brain always feels empty. I mean, legitimately, if you are constantly stressed about money, it's a real provable drag on your ability to focus, because it's that much of a challenge. It's stressful. And so that is what my recommendation is, just like, and again, the only way to pay debt is to have money. So if you don't have money, I'm not trying to fucking add to your stress here. I'm just saying, as a financial choice, if you could fucking put it in perspective, it's like, I think people sometimes think it doesn't feel good or make a difference to take that extra $100 and just put it towards debt. But that does add up, and you are getting a return on it. The return you're getting is the amount of the interest you're not having to pay. Is the camera sinking? I don't think so, but maybe it is. The lens is kind of heavy, and it is an old setup. I almost bought a house with a 7.2% interest rate. Glad I'm still renting, bro. So I'll do it. Wait. One more. So again, for the longest time recently, and again, most Americans still have houses like this. How do I get my line? Yeah, okay. Can I use a thicker line? There we go, like this. Oh, nice. Let's get a nice little house. Okay. For the longest time, interest rates were really low. And so Americans could get like a 2 or a 3% interest rate on a 30-year mortgage. That's fixed. So for the whole 30 years, you're still at 2 to 3% interest rate, which is fucking great. That's like unheard of. A 30-year fixed mortgage at like 2.5% is like amazing. You can get really low payments, low interest, long time. It's fucking awesome. And this is why housing prices got out of control, because everyone could take out these fucking incredible loans subsidized by the government and buy housing. All right. But now, in an effort to combat inflation, they've raised interest rates. So now if you want to get a mortgage, it's like 7-8%, which means payments are like way fucking higher, way higher than people can afford for the same house, for the same type of house. All right. And so that's a problem. That is a problem. And that is why almost no houses are being sold or bought right now. Like the housing market is slowed to an absolute standstill because everyone that has a house like this won't sell. Because if they sell this house, they have to buy a new house with a much higher rate that they can't afford. Like, even if, like, let's say you bought this house at, like, I don't know, 400K. And then now it's up to fucking 700K. Like, you want to sell. You're like, oh, I made a bunch of money. My house is up. I want to sell and I want to move, or I want to get a different job somewhere. I want to leave. But you cannot, because if you sell for 700K, then you try to buy a new house, you still can't make the payments. You still, yeah, more like 200 to 400K, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? The housing prices have gone up. Yeah, it's called golden shackles. There's a lot of things to call it, but basically it's freezing the market. And so because of this, because none of these people are selling, and this is a huge majority of American homes, American homeowners, they're locked into these mortgages that they can't leave. They can't move. They're stuck. They have a good deal, but it's completely locked over their life, and they can't leave. And so there's no supply. So if nobody's selling up here, these houses at 7-8% should normally have to drop their prices, but they don't because there's no supply. There's so few houses that, like, even a house that's like, you know, fucking 800K, $1 million at a high rate, it's still getting bought by the very few millennials who can afford it. Sorry, I'm getting sick lately. So that is the problem. Like, the housing market is in this weird middle of the road freeze. Now, this won't last in my understanding. Is that housing prices are going to have to come down. There's just no way. But right now we're in the middle of a bit of a freeze. Yeah, something's going to crack, and it's going to tumble this whole thing down. But right now we're in this weird interim period where everything's sort of being held up by, like, shaky hands. My rent and all utilities, I wasn't listening for a second. Mortgages are double from 30% days. Yeah, this is mortgages now. So anyway, mortgages are super fucking high. But still, in America, this is still better. In America, this is still better than how they have it in other countries. Because if you're an American and you had a 2% mortgage and housing and interest rates rose to 7% or 8%, your house doesn't change. You're on a 30-year fixed. So it sucks that you can't move. It sucks you can't sell your house. It sucks you can't find something else. It sucks you're stuck where you are. But it's worse if you're in the UK or a lot of European countries, or I think Canada too, where you're on a adjustable rate mortgage, and all of a sudden your payments just double. Okay? All of a sudden your 2% or your 3% goes to 6%. Okay? And your payments are just doubled. Like, overnight, you suddenly have to pay way more on your mortgage every month, and you cannot afford it. And so now you're not just not able to sell your place. You're probably going to have to go, you're getting kicked out. That's the real problem. So I would say America's problem is still bad, still extremely bad, because it leads to, like, this weird impossibility for millennials and Gen Z to buy houses. But it's not, I don't think it's as bad as the crisis going on in the UK. Thank God the UK isn't real. Dude, I wish my handwriting was a little better, because my handwriting is bad for these. You know what I should use is Photoshop. I'm really good at Photoshop. That's probably a better thing than Paint. You got to get a small tablet. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Isn't there a whiteboard right there? Yeah, the whiteboard has my Outer Wilds notes to myself on it, and also my Ponzi scheme iceberg. But anyway, so what I wanted to say is, so right now interest rates are they're high. They're 7-8%, and so nobody wants to buy, right? But real estate market is, like, desperate for you to buy, especially real estate agents. Again, America has a fuck ton of real estate agents and not enough housing transactions to support them, which is why there's mass layoffs right now in real estate. Mass layoffs in real estate. There's not enough housing transactions to support them. So what they've been saying is, here, maybe I should use text. Marry the house. Sorry, wait, fuck. Wait, why does it fucking keep cutting out? Marry the house, date the rate. I have to just fucking erase this. God damn, that's so ugly. Yeah, it's clean. That is clean. Dude, I just want to use Photoshop. I swear to God. I hate Paint, bro. Fucking pirate software ass, dude. I hate this fucking program. Marry the house, date the rate is what they've been saying. Okay? And basically, what they're saying is like, hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about your huge payments. You buy this house, payment rates are going down next year. Don't worry about it. You'll refinance down to 2-3%, guaranteed. Okay? Don't worry about it. Just, you love this house, get in it. You'll have to make some high payments at first, but they'll go down for sure. And that is fucking risky. They don't know. I repeat, if someone tells you this, I have some millennials in chat who are about to be house buyers. They're looking. This is not a real statement. They have no idea what the rate's going to be next year. They are just telling you that so that you buy. This is part of their strategy. My boss literally told us to tell people that. Yes. No, I have talked to actual people working at real estate agencies that have been told, that have told me that they were told by their bosses to say this. Marry the house, date the rate. This is like the strategy. The other thing they say is like survive till 25. Which is basically like everything's going to have to crash down by 25 and they're going to have to fucking slam interest rates down to, 2%, 1%, 0% again. So all you have to do is make it till then. But all of these things are speculation from a class of people that needs to move houses to make money. Again, a real estate agent makes money on transactions. You have to buy and sell houses a lot of times for them to make money. They make a commission on every sale. So that's what they want. And because the housing market is frozen and there's no transactions, it has just wiped out the real estate market. Real estate agents are getting fucked. So, that's what I'm saying. Just be careful. If you hear this statement, marry the house, date the rate. If you cannot afford a 7 to 8% interest rate payment, do not buy a house hoping it'll go down. I personally do think it will go down. I think in 2024, they're going to have to I think banks are going to start failing again. And the government is just going to have to bring down interest rates again to try and fucking save what is a collapsing house of cards. But that is my opinion, okay? That is my opinion based on what I'm looking at in the data, all right? I don't know. Nobody knows. And you certainly won't want to bet your fucking family's future on it. So do not buy a house if you can't afford the payments, is all I'm saying. Especially if nobody's talking about this. Sorry, I just want to keep going for one more second. Sorry to be a bit of a... I just want to make sure I'm explaining this clearly. So right now, let's say the housing prices are very high. The prices haven't really gone down yet. So prices are very high. High prices. And then the interest rates are high, so you have high payments. See, what we had before was high prices but low payments, so nobody really knew about it. Because you could have a really expensive house, but if you can make them monthly, you don't really think about it. But right now we have high prices, high payments. But we also have the one thing that makes this all possible: low unemployment. Oh, sorry. Dude, I can't fucking write this whole thing out. Unemployment. Means most people have jobs. Okay? Now, if that's were to change, imagine you buy this house right now at the highest price with the highest payment with a job that you think will make you allowed to make those payments. And then unemployment starts to rise from its like, it's extremely low. It's like multi-decade lows. If this starts to rise and suddenly maybe you lose your job or you have to get a job that pays less and you're stuck with this extremely expensive house that you bought at the top of the market with an extremely high payment, you can see how that would be a problem. So that is what I think is brewing right now that people aren't really talking about enough. What are the negative effects of interest rates going down? The reason they have interest rates up is to stop inflation. Interest rates going down is like, I guess, what happens when interest rates are down to like zero is that it's a world of rampant speculation because money is so cheap to borrow. People borrow and that's what creates bubbles. They borrow for everything. They borrow for fucking meme coins. They borrow for fucking the bid up housing prices. They borrow to bid up business prices. They borrow to bid up. It's 2021. When you have low interest payments and that puts a lot of money in the economy, which leads to inflation. So, in an effort to slow down spending, to slow down rampant wage growth and wage price spiral of increasing prices of goods, they're raising interest rates. They're literally trying to slow the economy down and hopefully get a soft landing. And my expectation is that it won't be a soft landing. They're gonna drop. Which Taiwanese president do you think Biden is rooting for? Wouldn't Taiwan/China being more friendly with each other avoid an almost certain invasion? It depends on. I think there's a worry that if the Blue Party gets to power in Taiwan, that they would almost want to begin a process of like a soft takeover. Like of just like, hey, let's figure out a way to integrate within China and non-violently just become a Chinese state. I think maybe not initially, not even close to initially. I'm just saying like that direction of more and more friendlier ties is like a long-term way to like soft launch not being independent. While I think the Green Party is like hyper vigilant about that, like not ever happening. What would be inherently be the problem with that outside of Western political interests? I guess it depends on what their people want, right? But in general, if you look right now at people in Taiwan, they don't want that, right? They want to be independent. So if the people of Taiwan don't want to be integrated in China, then they shouldn't have to be. It's a thriving democracy with a functional economy. They don't want that. So that's why. That is why. It's not. It's not up to Western interests. It's just up to them. They don't want it, and so they should be allowed to not have to have it happen. Would they drop interest rates next year to save bank runs if it means not getting a proper hold of inflation? That's the big question. Nobody knows the answer. If you know the answer, you can make $1 billion. The idea is that high interest rates will eventually cause something in the economy to crack. You know, we're already seeing a lot of signs of stress, right? Something in the economy is going to crack because high interest rates are causing people to stop being able to purchase and buy things to keep the economy going. So something's going to crack. But if it cracks and we see more bank failures or whatever, does Jerome Powell pivot? Does he drop interest rates again to try and save the economy? Or does he hold strong, higher for longer, as he said over and over? Which leads to more short-term pain, but stamps out inflation for good. That's the fucking question. We don't know the answer. We have no idea. Yeah, anyone that tells you they know is lying. We don't know. There's a lot of theories. There's a lot of estimates. The market is betting right now that there will be cuts in 2024. Actually, quite a bit of them. Right now, the Vegas odds are that things are going to break enough that they have to cut in 2024. But we don't know. Nobody knows. One of the slogans of the DPP is "Think of Hong Kong." Yeah, no, exactly. They are using Hong Kong imagery to say like, "Hey, we don't want to be anywhere part of China's ecosystem." Yeah, the real problem is that like someone mentioned it, but like, so the factor that's interesting here is that 2024 is an election year. And so like if they don't cut, if Jerome Powell holds strong and doesn't cut and keeps interest rates high, that's going to really severely impact Biden's ability to get reelected. So there's going to be a lot of pressure to cut, as with all presidents. I mean, there was pressure from like, Trump was openly tweeting to cut interest rates back when they were already low. When he was in office, like there's pressure. There's pressure from the incumbent party to cut interest rates to juice the economy in the short term in an election year. So I'm interested to see how this plays out. I don't know. Does this mean I'm playing GTA 6 in my own home or in my parents' basement? That's on you. I don't know your situation. But you know what? The latter sounds pretty fun. Get your mom to bring you some pizza rolls, kick back, put your feet up, play some fucking GTA 5. Could be fun. For the Twitch Korea thing, are they not able to set up a Korean-owned wing of the company like Disney does in China? I'm sure they could create a Twitch Korea spin-off subsidiary, 51% owned in Korea, but they don't want to. I don't think they want to give half of the money to a Korean subsidiary. China forces companies to do that. I don't think Korea doesn't force anyone to do that, so they could, but seems like something they don't want to do. Can't Amazon just buy Korea? No. No, they cannot.